Hello everybody in the land of the internet, Jason Rivers here, aka Psycho Smiffy, and welcome back to Games with Gold. The next game on our list for this month will be Assassin's Creed 3, developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. Now, Assassin's Creed 3 was released in 2012. It's the fifth major installment of the Assassin's Creed series, after the Italian Renaissance trilogy of Ezio in Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now, it is a direct sequel, but this time we will be following one of Desmond's other ancestors of his half English, half Mohawk ancestor. Oh, I had the bloody pronunciation. I can't remember how to pronounce it now.
The first civilization.
Radehekad. I'll just have to try and pronounce it off the wiki. Radon Hagate. No. Okay. That's his Native American name, which I can't pronounce for the life of me, so which I apologise for in advance. But he is also known as Connor, which is much more easy for me to pronounce, so we're going to call him Connor. Again, you're going to be fighting against the Templars, who try to gain control of said colonies. If I didn't already mention it, it is set during the American Revolution, before, during, and after, so roughly between 1754 to 1783. Like with every other Assassin's Creed game, it is an open-world, sandbox, explorer type game, all set from the third-person perspective. There's not really much else that I can tell you about the Assassin's Creed games, as it is the fifth one in the series. And if anybody's seen my Assassin's Creed Revelation videos from April, then you would already know what the Assassin's Creed games are like, if you haven't seen them before that already, which you should have done, really, because, as I've said before, if you're sitting under a rock and you've not heard of it, then it's a bit odd.
When people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up, or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon, though, soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the Apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
So hopefully that's brought you all up to speed.
We're here. Let's go.
A nice little walking pace, just to set you off. We're not ready to do death-defying jumps just yet.
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
My concern really was, how did those kids that put all the graffiti on that wall thought, what are all these strange, weird glyphs that are engraved into the wall? No one thought to question that? No? Just me? Fair enough.
I think we're here.
Oh, we can run now. Okay. So like in other Assassin's Creed games, it's R trigger to free run. You'll automatically jump over obstacles and stuff like that.
You must find the key.
Son?
Sir.
Desmond?
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally, you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. There's no idea where it is, though. Guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there.
Now here becomes your basic tutorials for the game. So as I said before, R trigger to run, you automatically climb up ledges and jump
Desmond,
over things.
Let's practice climbing on these objects.
Yeah, it all comes from the R trigger. So anything with slightly like nooks and crannies and bricks sticking out of the wall, you can climb. Also, you have the ability to shimmy, which is good.
Free run your way through this little obstacle course.
I wonder if parkour or free running is still relevant. You don't really hear much about it now. I mean, it was quite popular, but then I believe that Assassin's Creed made it even more popular. There we go. And X to assassinate. Of course, by doing it from ledges, you can air assassinate. Oh, swing to that one. There we go.
All you have to do here is jump the gap.
Right, now if there are some gaps that you can't actually make, then that's when you can press the A button to jump further. But you may run the risk of actually, you know, dying or not making the jump, and so yeah, you just want to be a bit wary about that. Superhero landing.
Synchronization levels are good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
This is part of the game, by the way. I can't actually run at this point.
Sir. Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
And then we can hold A to fast walk.
You are requested to kindly find your seats.
I can't actually recall if I've been into the Theatre Royal.
Good evening, sir.
I've definitely been into the Theatre Royal in Windsor, which is a completely different thing, but yeah. I'm assuming they've made it architecturally in this game the exact same as it once was, or still is, for that matter.
Evening, Hatham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
And then we press in the L trigger to have Eagle Vision, which locates our targets.
A lawyer is an honest employment. So is mine.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. You'll need to find another way up.
And for 'tis but fitting that we should protect
I
tenant
already
carriage
have.
seats, since we live by 'em.
Sir, Black Mall had sent word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters.
I've just noted it has the raw coat of arms of the monarch above the stage. It's a nice little touch.
My apologies.
Tom Gag, sir, is
Back into your seat, bitch.
When I took him the time before, I told him what
Oh. Yeah, couldn't climb over that and be too suspicious. But let me climb up this ladder instead.
I may venture to book you. For Tom Gag, £40.
Wait, what's the point of having a... Oh, we're shimmying around the pillar. Yeah, no one can see me at all. I'm literally invisible at this point. I'm pretty sure someone would have noticed.
It's a pity to lose so good a customer.
Someone would definitely notice on the other side of the theatre.
Business, leave it 12 months longer. I love to let women...
Unless the acting is that absolutely amazing on stage that they can't take their eyes off it. Nope, nobody noticing my fingers on the balcony. Okay, fair enough.
Except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. 'Twas to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up.
Oh, we're having to pick locks. Right, so we rotate the L trigger to hold the tension. Obviously you'll feel that in the vibrations of the pad. There we go, we found it. And then we use the right stick to... And then once we found the right vibrations in the pad, then we can just press R trigger to break the lock. Usually at that kind of point there would be an eagle dive, but there are no bales of hay, so... Oh dear. That would have been bad.
I've got a bit of stage fright.
So up here, shimmy across to the moon, and not do that. Okay, let's shimmy over to the next bit, and we should be able to make it to that box where our target is.
You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Now we have to get the hell out of here before we get caught. Let's fast walk this a bit.
Hurry! Come, please! Over there! That's the one! That man there! Seize him! Killed in the upper balconies!
Oh my!
I've done no wrong. I searched him. I beg your pardon. No pushing, please.
Yeah, and as we fast walk, we can actually push people out of the way as well, which is also handy.
It happened right in that balcony. What are those men doing in there? I'm staying where it's safe.
No murders here. Just casually walking out. Ah, there's a painting of George the First, I think. Have a quick... Yeah, it's George the First. Monarch knowledge. That comes handy.
You search down there. Very well. Find anyone, give a shout.
Right. I don't think Hatham needs to be, you know, he's just like a pro assassin. But don't duck your head down like that. It makes you look too suspicious.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that to be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command. Although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Of course. Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, we'll want for nothing.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us all.
So there was our first little prologue to the series itself. Although I think we only have about 10 minutes or so left, which is not that great considering that I've been talking about Connor for the first 5 minutes of the actual game. We've not actually played as Connor yet.
Share my
on the bowl and the old man is a growling.
Now, there are a lot of things here where you can, like, play gambling games and talk to NPCs and stuff, but we should probably just try and make our way through. In fact, I don't actually think we're going to get to play as Connor during this first half an hour of the game.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. No, you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnells.
So I thought. And yet here you be.
Fancy yourself a joker, eh? Let's see how funny you find this.
That's enough, Graves.
Stay out of this.
Oh, okay, here you go. Want to fight, mate? So again, I'm just pressing B to parry.
Finish the hotty-dotty!
Okay. I would.
Anoint him with the oil of gladness already.
So, okay, I was pressing it wrong. I was pressing B to counter, but then I realised you have to actually just hold B.
Give him a douse on the jump!
Let's just clock in one. There we go.
Listen to this, Hector. Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, Pat, call this off. If the captain
To
sees us...
hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mills. Who starts you on anyway?
Now we get to learn how to counter. There we go. So you press B just before they hit, and then you press the X button.
You are.
This is unwise.
Why is that? You think I'm afraid of you?
No. But you should be. Do you yield?
Never!
Oh, he's got a knife now. Right, we're going to have to get this knife out of his hand. And we press A to disarm.
What's the meaning of this? Captain, explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
These thought we were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about. A word, please, Mr. Kenway.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There's your knife back.
I don't care for you, Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You're a poor leader, ill-tempered and cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
Look, I don't want to argue. In fact, I need a favor.
Oh, this is rich.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive. Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Thank you.
But let me be clear. Should you ever dare to insult or threaten me again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood? Excellent.
Good day.
Right then. I believe that it probably takes around about an hour or two to actually get into the game properly as Connor, which is a bit of a shame, really, because I only do this in half-an-hour segments because I only get enough time to actually play half an hour of the game before we actually. I'm a very busy guy at the moment, so But yeah, I'll leave you up to this point because there are actually a few twists and turns in the plot along the way, and then you'll be able to play as Connor and be able to explore the eastern sides of the Americas. But we're going to leave it there, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, comment down below, subscribe for future content, and I shall see you guys in the next video.